Hello and welcome to another Doctor's Assistant 1 video, and today I'm doing a review of the reconnaissance recon dalek. I want to say, yeah, hashtag fake fan. But but in all seriousness, I'm very happy that I've got this. I just generally adore Daleks. You know, they're just that iconic, really, to Doctor Who, really, and yeah, I love getting more of them, and this is the first action figure of the new wave that I've got. I have technically reviewed the TARDIS, 13th Doctor TARDIS, and that, but I don't really class that as a figure as much as a playset sort of thing, I guess. I don't know, really, but yeah, so this is released finally, and I got it yesterday of this recording, and yeah, I just wanted to obviously review this Dalek and that. It's very interesting having it in person because I have watched Resolution, Doctor Who Resolution quite a few times, and yeah, it's just I feel like we see not as much of the Dalek as. Obviously, having it in person here now as like this plasticky one, action figure one, it's very very interesting because I'm noticing more things about it. Is basically what I'm getting at. But yeah, before I get into the Dalek itself, or the Dalek casing, should I say, there is the Dalek mutant as well, which is just really interesting, really well detailed and painted and that. You know, you've got the brain at the top, you've got these two bumps and all the gross lumps, and then all the, you know, the tentacles that are just so slimy and grim, and also the texture is just really icky to say the least, and then they've even gone to the trouble of detailing the tentacles with sort of green, dark red and dark blues and that, which is just, yeah, pretty insane, really. It's very much an evolution of one of the early Dalek mutant designs, which is, this one's the one from one of the ones from Genesis of the Daleks, and that, which, you know, I really like. I still remember this to this day. Someone saying to me, one of my friends way back when, said, what was it, that he thought it was a beard because I have it choking Tom Baker and all the Fourth Doctor from Genesis of the Daleks, from that Genesis of the Daleks pack that I got way back when, and yeah. So someone's thought it was a beard, but yeah, it's not a beard. It's supposed to be the Dalek mutant that, you know, claws him and attacks him. And yeah, it's got a few like appendages and that, and a few lumps and bumps, and what looks like a sort of brain, or like a sort of core, with, as I say, some sort of appendages and some sort of lumps and bumps on some of them, as opposed to this one, which looks more like just a traditional sort of squidish sort of thing, and that. It's quite interesting though, because it doesn't have any eyes or anything like that. It doesn't look as much like the one in Dalek from 2005 as it does this one. It looks actually more like an evolution of this one, really. I am curious as to know if that was a conscious decision on Chris Chibnall's part. I don't know, but yeah. So yeah, the Dalek, it's got very different spheres and or bumps on it, which I hadn't even thought of or realised in the actual episode. I don't know if this is accurate to 100% accurate to the one in the episode, because I feel like when it gets built and it's like on that sort of trolley ramp thing and that, and it first encounters the Doctor when it's built this casing, I feel like it's so darkly lit in that scene, honestly, which is a bit weird considering it's the Dalek reveal. But yeah, so yeah, some of the spheres and or bumps are smaller than the others. The other ones are a bit bigger than that. Then you move to the, then also the skirt is quite interesting. The skirt has like almost two skirts, or like one skirt, then a bit of a chunk, and a bit there, and then another skirt there, which is quite interesting. You've got the traditional sort of Dalek exterminating gun, which is awesome. Very sort of solid plastic piece, and then you've got the Dalek claw, which again I think is in the episode, I want to say. But yeah, unfortunately my one is somewhat bent, as it was in the packaging, which is very irritating. I hate it when that happens. Then you've got the eye stalk, which is very sort of minimalist, I want to say. You know, it's just sort of a rather long eye stalk, I want to say, and it's got, the detailing is quite impressive, I think. And then you've got the very baby light blue, which is quite interesting, because I'm pretty sure in a lot of other Dalek ones, when they've got blue, it's dark blue. And then you've got all the rings as well on the sort of the sort of headpiece, or the sort of neck rings, as I like to call them. And they're sort of what are they? They're really cool, and they've got like red as well, because I'm pretty sure that, yeah, in the episode it was like red emanating from there, which is really cool, sort of very foreboding, very intense sort of thing to have. Then you've got the ears, the very iconic Dalek like little ear like bits, which are very translucent, but also still keeping with that rusty metallic-y sort of scrap metal sort of design. It's sort of weathered and has the sort of brown sort of stuff, but it's also translucent at the top. And then in the middle you've got the normal sort of midsection, but here you've got this bit that's kind of like a reverse of a normal Dalek, like that design there. And then this bit, it's almost like a top-down shelf sort of thing, and then you can put the Dalek mutant here to just rest there, just to chill out, I guess. I have tried to put him fully in, which I think is possible, but it is a bit trickier to then get him out. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty awesome, really. You can display both the squid and or the Dalek sort of emanating almost from the Dalek casing, you know. Maybe he's latching onto a new human host, I don't know. Articulation wise, his head moves full 360, as you would expect. The eye stalk moves up and down, or like sort of down that way and then up, and that's about it. The claw and the gun especially are quite limited, really, but then for argument's sake you can spin the midsection as well, and that, so you could argue that eradicates the limitation of the actual like gun and the Dalek claw sort of part, really, I guess. And then yeah, comparing it side by side with a sort of box standard sort of Russell T Davies gold and bronze Dalek, it is very, very impressive. Like the level of, well, I want to say detail, but it's like the opposite of detail, because they've worn it down, you know, which I kind of adore, really, because part of me is like, I love that, because really, for me, when I first saw a Dalek, it was that one, but very rusty and damaged and broken and that, and this is very close to that, almost. And as I was saying, this midsection is very much that, but upside down, which I quite like, because it just indicates that sort of hurried nature of the Dalek in that episode, and that sort of, I need to scrap something together, or cobble something together even. You know, you've even got this bit below there, and that bit, and then the gun, as I say, it just seems more like sort of solid, sort of, you know, gun, like it, you know, like it really looks less like it's about accuracy and more just about, you know, the sheer, I need to be able to get something done, and this thing is to kill, you know. And as I was saying earlier, like the skirt part is different from just a traditional one. I guess it is quite thinner, but there is more, it's like stacked up more, as opposed to this one where it's a lot more thicker outwards, but maybe a bit shorter. and there's just generally less detailing on the headpiece, or the dome, the head dome, as opposed to this one where it's, you know, super detailed. And likewise with the rings, there's 3 rings or 4 rings, depending on how you count them. I guess 3 or 4 rings there, and then this sort of mesh there, as opposed to this one, which just has, as I say, the sort of 2 or 3 rings, and then the red, which then when it talks, it sort of emanates this red sort of glow, like it is just this angry, you know, killing machine, essentially, you know. So yeah, if you are a massive fan of Daleks, I would highly recommend that you get the Recon Dalek from Resolution, and yeah, because it also comes with the Dalek squid as well. So yeah, I would highly recommend it. It's a very good figure. I'm not sure what the retail price is off the top of my head. It could be £10, it could be $15.99, which if it's $15.99, that is quite steep for one action figure, but I guess it depends on how much of a big fan you are of the Daleks, really, and how much you like this particular design. It was very much a one-off, or they said that it was a one-off design, but we'll have to wait and see with the next episode that's coming up, as to whether or not that was true or not. So yeah, thanks for watching. Please do comment, rate and subscribe. Oh, I forgot to give it a rating out of 10. I'd probably give it a 8 out of 10 personally, but that's just me and how much I like Daleks. There is bias there, so, but yeah, I mean, if you really like Daleks, again, I'd recommend it, but it might be one for, you know, a particular birthday or Christmas, depending on if money is an issue, because again, it might be quite steep for what it is, but again, if you have the money, I'd recommend it. I really would recommend it. For me, again, it's an 8 out of 10. Thanks for watching. Comment, rate, and subscribe.